Isn't it easier to make coffee than fight 10 armed assailants?
Right.
Now, if you have a woman who'll sit there and go, well, I don't think anyone's going to break in. I don't want to make you coffee. To me, not making me coffee is enough to terminate a relationship. And that sounds stupid and may sound petty, but it's not, because
5 counterintuitive ways to stop being a nice guy and get what you want. 1. Ask and ye shall receive.
People say, well, how do you shift your covert contracts? And I go, make them overt. And that is, hey, can you do this for me? Or, as you said, you can make a deal. Hey, how about I give you a back rub, you do this for me? In the last couple of weeks, I've been in the middle of a promotion for my new book. When I started making deals with people, hey, will you help promote my book? Or will you, if you buy my book, I'll send you these 2 free things. And a lot of people said, you don't have to give me anything. I'd be happy to help you promote your book. People do want to help. Most nice guys believe they're bad for having needs, or that somebody's going to be upset at them, or that they're being selfish, or that somebody else is going to get neglected if their needs get taken care of. So here's kind of the irony, is that while we're wanting people to give to us, we actually often make it very hard for them to give to us. So for those people who are listening that seem to find themselves in this position of feeling resentful, frustrated, seems like they give more than they get, I'm going to suggest 2 pieces. One is practice receiving. And there's a couple ways to do that. One is practice giving to yourself. If you have a need, consciously go take care of that need. If you need a new coat, go buy a new coat. If you need to go to the dentist, go to the dentist. That's good self-care. It teaches you you're valuable and worthwhile. The second thing is surround yourself with people who are open and willing and happy to help you meet your needs. Because one of the things that nice guys do is that we actually tend to pick the people who are least capable of giving to us. And then we get frustrated and resentful. And we do that because it feels normal, it feels familiar. The human brain does what feels familiar, even if what feels familiar sucks and doesn't make us happy. And the one thing I often tell nice guys, I'll ask them, I said, it gives you pleasure to do nice things for other people, right? And they'll say, yeah, I do. I said, okay, don't rob other people of the pleasure of doing nice things for you. Who are you to take away their pleasure? Let people give to you.
I had to discover in my life that actually asking for what you want, and to some degree, like commanding it, is an attractive trait. It's like women are turned on by that. They want a man to say what he wants, to tell them what to do to some degree, especially in the bedroom, and they dig it, to feel like they have a purpose, like they have some value that they're offering. Once I got it and I realized, and I started getting these positive reactions, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like you can actually ask for what you want and then you get it, and it actually is better than going backwards trying to please someone.
And they're happy, they're happy too. And, interestingly enough, paradoxically, there's actually a psychological principle that doing something for somebody makes you like them more. Tell the woman to do what she already wants to do. Hey, come on over here, or do this, or take your clothes off and get in my bed. So if you think I'm a jerk, but you're doing something for me, your brain doesn't like that dissonance. So your brain actually has to start justifying your behavior. You're doing something for me, therefore I must be an okay guy and you must like me.
2. Be less tolerant.
I truly think you need to sit there and go, okay, what would I like from a relationship? And am I providing enough for her for me to get it? So I have a little anecdote I always say to my women. Like you noticed about half an hour ago, she just brought me a coffee. So my women bring me coffee at random all the time. And they go, why do I do that? I said, because if anyone ever broke in this house, I'd be the one putting my life on the line to protect you.
Exactly.
So all you have to do is make coffee. Isn't it easier to make coffee than fight 10 armed assailants?
Right.
Now, if you have a woman who'll sit there and go, well, I don't think anyone's going to break in. I don't want to make you coffee. To me, not making me coffee is enough to terminate a relationship. And that sounds stupid and may sound petty, but it's not, because it shows there's a respect. There's not a healthy respect in a relationship for it to continue down any kind of path I'm interested in. Yep. So this is my standards. You set your own standards as a man. And if your woman's treating you like shit, but you don't leave, she's going to keep treating you like shit. So it doesn't matter how many you have, friend. You can have one woman if she's the best woman in the world, good. It's a matter of what are you truly getting from that relationship. That's the key to it all.
3. Boost your ego.
The most successful people I've ever met have huge egos. Like, there's nothing wrong with thinking, you know what, if this is the only body I'm going to inhibit, if this is my only chance at consciousness, I may as well love who I am and what I have.
Yeah.
What's the point in hating myself? This is it. I have guys come to me and they say, how do I get girls when I'm short? I say, the same way you get them when you're tall. The fuck you want to do? What you want to do? This is your avatar. This is what you got to love yourself and be proud of yourself. I'm not saying be a dickhead. I'm not saying be a bad person. But you need to have a healthy ego. You have to have enough masculine energy to think, no, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do this. I'm not settling for this. I deserve more, etc., etc., etc. This stems from ego. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. People always say I have delusions of grandeur. And I'm like, yes, of course I have delusions of grandeur. And I want all of you to have delusions of grandeur, because the opposite is so fucking destructive. If you think less of yourself, then the bar is so low, you could just hop over that shit. Like, you're not going to ever grow. But if I have delusions of grandeur, if I think I'm greater than I am, then I have to live up to that shit every day. Sometimes, some days, I'm like, oh shit, I spoke all this shit, and now I got to live up to that shit. And then I fucking do. That's what makes you grow and be stronger. Ego is important. You got to have delusions of grandeur in life. Otherwise, you're going to be less, right? You got to do the walk to back up your talk. And so you got to talk big so that you walk big. It forces you down that path.
100%, man. An ego that you're constantly working hard to justify is a superpower. It's a superpower. Like, this was the whole basis of nearly all my achievements. I deserve a Lambo. Why, Andrew? You're from a single mother, you're growing up in social housing, and you're broke and you don't have a car. Why do you deserve a Lambo? Because I'm me and I deserve a fucking Lambo. Here I am, I have two. So this is because I truly believed I deserved it. And I was like, I'm going to find a way to get one. You know, I remember I was walking to college with like 3 of my friends, and a Ferrari drove past us. It was like 8 in the morning. And I said to my friends, doesn't that piss you off? And my friends go, what do you mean? I was like, we're going to college and we're going to learn from some professor who's making a little bit of money. And, you know, I'm broke. I ain't got anything. I know I'm only 18, but I'm broke. This dude has 400 grand for a car. Doesn't it make you realize there's something in the matrix we're missing? Doesn't that anger you? Like, don't you feel like a second-class citizen? And they're all like, well, it's only a car. So you can't see beyond. You don't see any of what's truly happening. This guy driving past us is a huge fuck you to everybody who can't buy one.
Exactly.
You know, like, don't you want that? Oh, well, you know, it's just a car. Oop-a-doop-a-doo. And these are the sheep people. These are the slave people. Put on your mask. It's just a car. But if you have enough ego, you can be like me and go, no, I will be that guy in that car. Because that's what I believe I deserve. And I'm not saying it's easy. Making money is difficult. But if it's all you think about, if it's all you try to do, you're going to make more than if you don't think about it and you don't try. You're going to make some more than if you did nothing. You know, so it's priorities, and it's believing in yourself, and it's believing you deserve these things. A lot of people don't believe they deserve shit. 100%. And that's why they haven't got shit.
4. Join a pack.
A lot of nice guys, because we have fear of being found out, doing something wrong, making a mistake, not looking good enough, being criticized, being rejected. We tend to kind of keep a low profile. I'll often say nice guys are good at being good, but not great at being great. Nice guys don't finish last. They rot in middle management. So nice guys often are pretty conscientious and do well enough. But one of the things that blocks us from really getting what we want in life is trying to do everything ourselves. I'm very much guilty of that. As I haven't gotten a paycheck since 1988, which means I've been a self-employed businessman for a long time. And my biggest mistake I've made in business is trying to wear all the hats. You know, the hat of the therapist, the hat of the marketer, the hat of the accountant, the hat of the tax guy, every single hat. Go back 1 million years ago, if a person had a genetic makeup to be the lone wolf, to go it alone, they probably died alone and didn't pass on that particular gene set. Right. So nice guys, they're complaining, I'm not really living up to my potential in work, and I can't seem to find or keep a girlfriend, and I'm just not all that happy, and I can't just seem to stay on my exercise program. It's because they're often trying to do it alone. Starting out, go get a coach, go join a men's group, go get some therapy, go work on being a social animal. Whether you're in relationship or single, the going it alone just makes everything harder.
Right. When I was learning how to talk to women, I had a friend that was good. It was so much of an advancement than if I would have just gone on my own.
My last book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, came out like 16 years ago. And my agent keeps saying, when are you going to write another book? When are you going to write another book? Oh, I'm planning on it. And finally, I joined this men's program a little over 2 years ago. And one of the first things when I started working with my coach, I said, I want to get my books ready. And he said, can you commit to every morning at starting at 9 o'clock, writing an hour and a half every morning? And I said, yeah. And then I went to this group program with these guys. I made a commitment to write 10 books in 10 years. And I said, is there anybody here that would like to start a writer's accountability group with? And about 8 of the guys said, yeah, all working on different kinds of projects, screenplays, dissertations. And we started connecting with each other. And in that process, I've now completed 2 books. I'm halfway through a third. I've got a guy that we are online every morning Sometimes it's just as simple as showing up and looking at the other guy's face for an hour on Zoom without even talking to each other. Because we're both showing up to get it done.
5. Be more selfish.
I always tell guys, just fulfill your base motives first. Revenge is fine. Anger is fine. Prove like your worth or whatever at first. And then you reach a level of success and then you realize those base motives don't make you happy or fulfilled in life. And then you have bigger motives that you actually genuinely want to help some people. But the people that try to claim they want to just save the world, they're usually full of bullshit. They usually have a problem within themselves. And they're getting their reward for just saying that. Because
nothing's selfless, isn't it? Even giving to charity, you do it so you feel. Nothing's selfless. So you don't give a fuck. You're just trying to jump on some kind of bandwagon and just trying to, just prove virtue. It's virtue signaling, effectively, isn't it? It's trying to prove I'm a good person. It's pathetic. Virtue signaling is a very amateur way to try and prove your worth.
Well, I think there's like this hierarchy of fucks too, right? At the top, what I care about is like my immediate tribe. And then somewhere like way down the line is Black Lives Matter or fucking COVID or like saving the whales. I'm not against saving the whales. There's higher priority shit that I have to deal with. And the stuff that immediately affects me and my tribe as a man, that's what I care. I don't give a fuck if someone's dying in Africa. I'm sorry, but I don't because I have more important shit that I have to deal with within my tribe. And like, it's disingenuous for me to say that I care there was a tsunami in Asia because I don't give a fuck. I really don't. My actions determine what I actually fucking care about. And so everyone that's claiming that's putting a fucking black square, all this bullshit.
Garbage. You only have so much emotional energy. You can't care about everything in the fucking world. So you only have so much emotional energy. And you're completely correct. Your emotional energy should be correctly attributed to the things which are closest to you that have a direct impact on your everyday life. It shouldn't be about... I've never even spoken to a motherfucking whale. A whale's never paid my rent. So, it is what it is.